G'day and welcome to Game 1 between T1 and Talon Esports in this upper bracket final of the Southeast Asian Regional Qualifiers. This is going to determine who's going straight through to that grand final and getting a guaranteed shot at direct qualification in a best of 5 to TI11. Of course, both of these teams being in the upper bracket final, the worst they can do is get eliminated in the lower bracket final, which would still mean qualification to the last chance qualifiers to occur just before the main event. So both these teams sitting quite pretty in their situation, but certainly would love to get the win here and get that one step closer to that direct invite effectively. First bans coming out here will be the Batrada and Pango from T1. Talon will respond with removing the Undying and the Enigma. So Enigma, a little bit too much of a risk to leave in the draft if you want to pick particular heroes and leaving out BKB Piercing. Undying seems to be, yeah, that's a ban against T1. They ran as a core. I believe Ana played for Undying the other day, so and that's scary. I think core Undying is legitimately very, very strong. They pick the Marcy, respond with Earthshaker Puck, and also grab the Morphling. So this is very similar to the opening draft we saw of T1 in the first game of these qualifiers. It was a Marcy Morphling opening, and it ended up being Marcy being played by Ana and Morphling in mid with the mid Morphling, Thompson with the mid Morphling. So we'll have to see if that's where this draft goes for T1. Talon, though, picked a lot of control and AoE in their first two picks. Earthshaker and Puck, I mean, that's two of the most scariest combo of heroes to first see off the bat. If they ever get into a situation where Puck and Earthshaker both have Blink Daggers, then you can really, really hurt an enemy with that initiation, burst, and control potential. Second phase bans, AA and Void being taken out. Interesting Void being removed. I mean, it's just a very strong hero at the moment, but Morphling is often picked in response to the Void, seen as a way to try and survive through that chrono. You can get the attribute shift off, especially once you have the shard. And AA is just a classic counter to Morphling, and with the Marcy and the sidekick, you just don't want that no healing, the frostbitten effect coming through from the ultimate. Talon get rid of the DP and the Chen still being left in the pool, and would certainly support a fast-moving lineup from T1, so that will be taken out. Death Prophet as well. Good for sort of like the icing on the cake for pushes, making sure that the ghosts get the work done on those towers. And now that T1 have picked a Morphling, they're pretty open to just start banning cores. Just ban those POS 1s. You don't really need to be that fearful because you're not banning out heroes for yourself here. You have the Morphling. It could be a core Marcy. I'm sort of thinking it might be again like we saw in that first round of the upper bracket. Talon just waiting, just thinking, poring over this last ban. And the Nature's Prophet actually. So yeah, they're a little bit concerned about that fast push around the map. Getting rid of Chen, Prophet, and Death Prophet. All heroes that are super good at taking towers, gaining map control, and getting more space for their carry to farm.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, regardless for Talon if this is a core Marcy or not, you kind of have to act like it is for the time being. Disruptor. I think this is an excellent support in this meta. Whoa, we're seeing a Lion. Okay. I mean, Shaman's been the go-to pick for if you want that single target control with the shackles and the Hex. But Lion, a little more flexible with the Earth Spike, can catch a couple of heroes. And more burst, of course, with the Finger of Death can come through.
5 seconds remaining.
Welcome to the stream, Date Garland. You've arrived just in time for T1 versus Talon, Game 1. As a Disruptor is quite good when you're... It's excellent when you're ahead. Disruptor is the ultimate support hero when you are leading a game. So when you pick Disruptor, you sort of want to have some strong lanes. You want to make sure you don't get behind early game because Glimpse starts to feel a little bit lackluster when you're using it defensively rather than aggressively. Of course, the damage on the Glimpse now does assist in the laning phase. Means it can't really... it can contribute a bit more damage, and it does allow you to max out that Glimpse without fear of having no damage in lane. Previously, you just got the 1 in Thunderstrike, and you felt like you really couldn't really do a lot in terms of damage early on. Viper will be the 4th pick for T1. Seeing that there are still some pretty scary heroes in the pool that would be affected by break. Bristleback is still there. Pudge is still around. The Timber. Luna. Spectre. So Viper will just be preemptively grabbed up here from T1 just to make sure that those picks are a little bit dissuaded away. Talon don't want to grab them. If they do, then they will be punished. And Talon seeing this Viper pick, they have once again dug into their reserve time. They've got a mid here, they're 2 supports, they're looking for an offlaner and a pos 1. They'll get the single target lockdown with the Beastmaster, also the vision control, very useful for the Disruptor. Often you have Hawks sort of scattered around the map, and if they run it away, you have that Glimpse, can pull them back in and get the additional catch. So Disruptor along with the Beastmaster, and it's fairly good combinations. The only thing I might point out at the moment is Earthshaker is not the best laner. Disruptor is not the best laner unless you sort of max the Thunderstrike. So the lanes for the moment on Talon just seem potentially a little weak, and very strong once they make it to that sort of level 6 timing. But prior to that, T1 might be able to take advantage of these picks.
10 seconds remaining.
PL taken out of the draft, so another core band. And this Enchantress. I'm not sure if Talon know how these heroes are being run. I'm not sure anyone knows. Maybe even T1 don't know. But I'm looking at this thinking, you got your Offlane Viper, maybe Pos 1 Marcy, mid Morphling, support line. You might have another support pick. This last pick from T1 will really show where they're heading with this draft. Since Talon ban out the Enchantress, they're kind of thinking that... they're kind of thinking that maybe this last pick is a support, and that this Marcy may be grabbed by Ana. Doom. Oh, they have a bet each way. They're not quite sure, Talon. All they know is they don't want you fighting against a Doom in this game one. So they remove that. And T1 will be able to reveal here in potentially almost 2 minutes time if they use all their reserve time. Haven't really dug into their reserve time at all. Very clear opening moves here with this draft. What they want to do. Maybe that was the plan. Give themselves plenty of time to see what they want to have as this last pick. Talon do have overall last pick, and we'll be looking for a safe lane carry. Void, Terrorblade, PL, Medusa all have been taken out. Bloodseeker is there, although I don't think Bloodseeker is a particularly good pick, but it is available and has been grabbed in previous games. You've got a Beastmaster, so maybe you want to do a bit of pushing, sort of get that aura strat going on. Luna's pretty good with that, but if you want to go that direction, you're better off going a little more in on that 30-minute timing. Grab yourself a Visage, and build your draft around really winning the game at 30 minutes.
Dire team pick.
It's the Pudge. Okay. So this does look to be an Ana Pudge. Morphling, played by Thompson, I would say. Offlane, Cuckoo with the Viper. And then Zephyr and Whitemon on the line, and the Marcy.
10 seconds remaining.
That'll be what we're looking at there. So Talon, the last picks to safe lane Pudge. What do they do from here? How do they draft around this predicament? It seems like T1 have all the boxes ticked. 23 seconds. Juggernaut is in the pool, but you wouldn't want to pick Juggernaut into Pudge Marcy. That spin TP would not be safe at all. Just with the damage coming through from the Marcy, and of course Pudge having the hook and the eat to cancel it. Slark. So it'll be the Ana on the Pudge, pos 1. Whiteman and Zephyr will pick up the supports on Lion and Marcy. Topson mid Morphling and Cuckoo in the offlane Viper. For Talon, 23 Savage, we'll be taking the Slark. Makoto will be on mid Puck. KP offlane Beastmaster. And then Q on the 4 Shaker and Hyde. Hyde finishing off the draft with the 5 Disruptor. This Slark pick... I haven't been seeing Slark have that much success. I have to say, you know, I guess it's got good ability to spell here with the Dark Pact. Certainly will be able to get out of a lot of situations if he gets a well-timed Dark Pact off. But still a lot of sort of AoE damage. You know, the hook can come through, the Shadow Dance, Nether Toxin, and the Viper Strike. If it hits him first, and Slark's going to struggle with that. I'm not sure the Viper Strike can be dispelled. Don't think it can. I'll have to check that once we get in game. But if this initial early game lineup from T1 doesn't work, they have Topson on a Morphling just ready to capitalize. Certainly they'll want to make some strong early rotations with Makoto, try and link up with the Raw, get some Agi for the Slark as well in the safe lane. Let's quickly do our predictions. Oh, the bug's back with predictions. Guess we're not doing predictions. So both teams smoking out. T1 heading down the bottom lane. They do have Earth Spike ready on Lion, and Zephyr presumably with the rebound follow-up. So their level 1 kill potential is actually very high. Hook as well. Actually a scary level 1 smoke here. Moving through. They might just try and catch someone around on the high ground. They haven't got any wood vision down here, blocking up the camp. So no stacks occurring there. Actually, is that a double block? Houses. Find KP. Topson wanders into him. They probably could have had the first blood if everyone had walked down there, but not to be. So blocking off the 2 triangle camps for the time being. So no creep spawning for Talon on that side. Because they did get an obs down pretty deep on the side of T1, scouting out that bottom river. They dropped their own ward there, so that will be spotted. This ward probably be dewarded, but in course this one will go as well. Centering on Marcy. Secondary ward for Talon is up on the top high ground, heading into the safe lane. And I haven't seen the secondary. Both wards for T1 actually on this bottom jungle side. So in the mid lane, we'll be seeing Topson on the Morphling, laning up on Makoto, laning against Makoto for Talon on the Puck. In the safe lane for T1, Ana is on the pos 1 Pudge. He'll be laning against KP on the Beastmaster. Little block coming out there from Q on the Earthshaker. He'll be in this lane as well. Meanwhile, top lane, we have 3 heroes moving here. They want to try and get a first blood. Zephyr's here with Cuckoo on the Viper. And White One's just sort of hiding out of vision at the moment. Tossing back in. Will they try and get the kill? Actually, with the toxins, with the poison, I think they get Hyde here. He just dies. Dies pretty easily. And Zephyr, he's trying to run away. We'll pop the Fairy Fire. And first blood goes to T1. Just a simple toss back with the Dispose. And Whiteman wasn't even needed. He's TP'd bottom. Going to help out Ana in this bottom lane. And yeah, easy first blood there for T1. Not mucking around at all. And Dark Pact level 1 on 23 Savage wants to make sure he can dispel off poison himself. This is dispellable, but the Viper Strike is not. So a little bit different with that interaction. You can't get rid of that one. That one's on for good. I think this top lane is where we're going to see quite a lot of action. Morphling looking pretty decent in the mid lane with 5 and 2 at the moment. Makoto 5-on-1, so even mid lane for the time being. Ana has the hook level 1, so maybe try and hook someone out with a stun. Here we go, stun. Oh no, the fissure's there from Q. Catches him just in time. Hook. Oh, started being lined up, but not quite. That was the plan there. Whiteman walk around, get the stun, and hook through. Actually, with the rot now, level 2. The ball slow. Will it be enough? Stun comes out. Ana's still chasing. He wants this stack, and he'll get it. KP goes down. Ana on the bottom lane grabs that kill. Farming up that little huge, large camp there as well. Grabs the Satyr with the hook, so very efficient farming at the moment from Ana. Topson, level 2 in the waveform. This is how he likes to build his mid morphling. Go maxing out that waveform. Actually morphs right down. Has the bottle, so we'll be all good to go. And plenty of mana and HP to keep working with. 23 Savage, although he can dispel off the poison, you know, you don't want to use this all the time. There is a self-damage component, and of course there is a cooldown. I mean, you can't always have it up. Zephyr will just interrupt this pull here. Hyde trying to get across, but no pull there. Whiteman still just playing around, maybe trying to get this stun into hook. But Ana's happy to sit on the lane, has the Ring of Health, very sustainable now in this bottom lane. Hyde working towards the Helm of the Dominator. He has boots plus clarity. There's plenty more fissures to come out if needed. 23 Savage wants to work towards the Falcon Blade and the treads. Fairly normal early game build up. I got a couple of poison attacks. Forces out the Dark Pact. Down for 5 seconds. They might just abuse that timing. Very, very strong lane at the moment with the level 2 on Zephyr. Have to be careful. Particularly if they block the pounce. This could be a dead 23 Savage Slark. Mid lane, Mikoto does get the orb away. Zephyr not being able to connect with the rebound stun. Not quite fast enough. In the bottom lane, Ana, he's on top of KP, but who's on top of who? The ball is hitting. He doesn't have a hook. I think he's realizing, Ana, that he might have overstayed his welcome here. Dropping the Fairy Fire, but can't get through. He didn't have a way to cut through those trees, unfortunately. Whitemon wasn't there for the time being, so nice little kill on KP over onto the Pudge. We'll get a little bit of retribution from that earlier kill. Hyde's having to play very, very carefully. If he shows it all within range of the Viper, he just gets tossed in, you know, rebound stun, dispose in, and Viper will do the rest. Now at the level 2 in the poison attack. Oh, nice little snag there from Ana. Makes sure the pull is not successful and gets the last hit on that medium creep as well. Wards being placed down, Sentry and Obs, making sure nothing is currently seeing. Hobson's getting very aggressive in on Mikoto. Out of bottle charges. Hobson has the infused Rage Drops and the stick, so he's sitting pretty on this mid lane, and yeah, Mikoto just has to go home. He's going to miss out on a lot of XP. Denies are coming through. Thompson actively denying the lane. Q will try and get a little bit of XP here, but it's just going to be not much at all. We'll secure that last creep. So 26 and 8 on the 31 and 4 in terms of the POS 1s, but the across the map reasonably even. It's probably just the mid lane, you know, 30 and 10 as opposed to 21 and 3. Have missed out mid lane. Zephyr, Thunderstrike will come through, misses the stun, doesn't quite get the reach over onto Q. And there's quite a few heroes around this mid lane at the moment. Mikoto throwing through the orb, trying to get through that range creep. He will. He might take a bit of damage for this though. Using both mobility skills to get in. Ana has the Vanguard. Gonna go into those phase boots and probably move towards the Agnum Scepter quite quickly. Mid lane, silence comes through. Thompson, he's got the level 6, so morphing into the puck. And just putting a little bit of pressure on Makoto, but stun does miss the rebound. It's close. They're hunting Makoto in this mid lane. Making sure he doesn't feel very comfortable at all. Cuckoo's just got the free lane. Not really being contested at all. 23 Savage is reduced to pulling. We'll try and get the melee creeps, the large camp here. Deny down those melee creeps, so not as much XP and gold goes through to Cuckoo, but Zephyr will grab him and pull him back in Cuckoo's direction. Now Cuckoo will probably start wanting to max out this Nether Toxin reasonably soon so he can farm waves and farm creep camps a little faster. Q just guarding top lane at the moment, not yet at the mana boots. Wants to slowly get towards that level 6, but it can be quite a trick. TP's coming out bottom. Arno's being glimpsed back in. There's the kinetic field. He's underneath. He gets the eat off onto KP. There is a roar if they need it, and it will be committed. So, actually double rebound. So throws Arno out. Doesn't quite get enough done. Zephyr almost saving his core. But not enough in that instance. So 3-hero rotation will clean up Arna on the Pudge. And he's got to be careful with this glimpse. It's level 1. Would have been just been in range actually on that TP. The level 1 glimpse range is very, very small. So just got the glimpse back, and Arna might have been right on the edge of just walking away from that, because Disruptor has no boots, so wouldn't have been able to catch up at all. Arna TP's back bottom. Has the 3 in the rot. Just need to just control this lane again. With the Roar used, he knows he's pretty safe. You know, KP's low mana. There's no level 6s yet on the supports, so Arna's just very, very safe there. Won't be disrupted at all. Down in the jungle. X comes out over onto the puck. Stun, follow up, but the fissure is there to stop the control. Makoto, now it's his turn to have some fun. Pops the illusion rune, and Whitemon will go down. Arna though wants to come over, wants to fight all of them. He's got to be careful, but he's feeling strong. He's got the Vanguard. Rebound in, catches 2, and Arna, he's still going. Quill down on the side of 2 on T1. They need some more support in this bottom lane, but I don't think anyone's coming. Arna's all alone. Thompson has not made his way over. And Cuckoo couldn't get down there either. Actually, Thompson's just killing in the mid lane. How did he morph into the Slark? I guess he got him with the pounce. I'm a little bit quizzical how that happens. Slark used the Shadow Dance. Yeah, that's just committed to try and get the kill. Bottom lane. Arna will just immediately yoink that creep, so Helm of the Dominator so bad. That's going to be a good little counter to the creeps, at least until he gets the ancient creep level on Arna with that hook. And they're setting up. They want to kill this Pudge again. There might need to be some support move to the bottom lane. Zephyr and Thompson both smoking up. Whitemon's in the area as well, level 4. 1 in the mana drain. Try and catch him from behind. Thompson says, no, there's creeps here. I'm interested in this. Going up on this high ground, there will be a rebound stun available. Grabs him, tosses him back in with the waveform and the adaptive strike. Thompson just almost killed him faster than he was killing the creeps. So a very, very dead Earthshaker there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And you gotta be careful, this creep's here. Is the hook up? Not quite. Toss him back in. We'll go on to this creep. It's a very important part of the team fight. I mean, it's Roar actually comes out. X onto the Beastmaster. E coming through. There's the Static Storm. Catching on the pub. Q doesn't yet have Echo, but he doesn't really need it. Glimpse back. Catches Marcy as well. Zephyr is getting assisted by the Earth Spike. Tries to toss KP over, but he is just being chased down, and it's 2 dead. On the side T1 with Hyde. Laying up a double kill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
But Arna's just dragging a lot of attention to that bottom lane. See that although they're actually leading on kills, Talon, It is the top 3 cores of T1 that are leading the net worth. And Ana TP's back down in here. He's not done. He wants to fight. There's no static storm. He's going in. I kill these boars, but glimpsed back. And he'll just keep farming. So even though they've been killing Ana, he's been playing the lane so aggressively, farming so much in this bottom lane. He's still actually ahead of all 3 cores on the side of Talon. How's this Thompson?
I'll take that.
Morphing into the puck, and he's having enough damage. It almost feels like he had an E-blade then, how quickly he died over on the puck. Arcane for Thompson, bottled up and used immediately. Just wants that regen. Fire chucking down some vision, but he is spotted out. There's a dispose. Stun comes through. He's disposed in range. Not quite, but not even needed. Thompson just comes through with the cleanup again. And this Thompson Morphling is 7k net worth. Raw comes out with the Unleash from Marcy. Coil follows through onto 2. Thompson is silenced up. Stun will come out. He's all alone here. There's not any support. Echo committed. Thompson will waveform up. And TP morphing up strength. He's just out of there. They don't have enough damage. Been working on this bottom lane. Limps back. They catch him. Arno is in trouble again. 23 Savage. He wants some more stacks. Q coming in with the stun control. Will actually trade decently. Does he get the kill? No. Q does pop the wand and survive just. Would have been something for under there if he got a turnaround, but just overstaying his welcome. You got to watch this glimpse. It's now level 4. It's maxed out, so look at the cast range on this baby. Look at that circle around the disruptor. 1800 cast range. You can't really get away from this disruptor if you are anywhere in sight. So this is where the hawk vision really starts to come into its own. You get the hawks, you get some good wards out. T1, they want to defend. Zephyr is here. Cuckoo's arrived as well. It's the first time he's made the rotation. That's 1 dead already. They get the follow-up stun onto KP. Disposed back, and with the Hex, there's no living on this man. Well, they get the Courier as well. Yeah, there's a nice little Courier. Juicy Courier kill. And Cuckoo, who's been just sitting in this top lane the entire time, has arrived with the Dragon Lance, Treads, Wand, and value stat items as well. And this tier 1 will fall. Thompson, almost 8k net worth now. He's just getting out of hand. Even though it looks like Talon are sort of taking these engagements pretty favorably, they're not stopping the farm. They're not slowing it down. Diffusal is ready on 23 Savage. Working into the Aghanim Scepter next with the BKB queued up as well. So, Diffusal Blade, Falcon Blade, maybe an Ethereal Blade. I'm joking. Middle lane. Thompson has been caught with the Static Storm. Will just not quite get out of the range. Coil will come to finish the kill, and unable to get that strength morph off, will die. The shard, of course, on Morphling does allow you to shift attributes while stunned. Can't shift attributes while silenced, though. So, you know, of course, if you're silenced, you can't cast spells. So, while stunned, but Static Storm is going to be a long duration silence, particularly if Hyde can make his way towards an Aghanim Scepter and just stop any BKBs from coming out. It's a very strong answer for the side of T1 to take down this Morphling.
Radiant are scanning.
BKB being worked on for Zephyr. I think has the Ogre Club already. It might be coming out. So it wants that early impact in these fights. Not caring for the BKB running low early. Wants to be able to have the ability to go in and unleash with the level 4 sidekick as well. And someone is baiting Thompson on this top lane at the moment. Hanging behind with the 2 supports, but no one's really in the area. In fact, Talon have headed away. They've moved across the map saying, we get the feeling, tingling sensation, there's something not quite right up there. And we're going to let it lie. Makoto has the Witchblade working towards the Blink Dagger. How close are we to the Blink Dagger on the Earthshaker? About 700 gold. So Q closing in on a huge item for the side of Talon. KP 800 gold away from the helm of the Overlord.
Top tower has fallen.
Already has the Dominator, had for quite a while.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I know the Pudge is now just sitting down in this bottom lane. Actually, I might queue up the Blink Dagger first. Has that ready, so he looks like he's saving gold for the Blink. Only 85 gold away. On the top side, 23 Savage playing cagey. Side of T1. We'll leap down and keep farming up the wave. It's like action is coming to the mid lane though. Cuckoo has already had a bit of HP chipped away on him. Finger of Death ready on Whiteman, as well as the level 2 Viper Strike. So Cuckoo is very well leveled at the moment. And Thompson's only level 13, so Cuckoo's kept up really well. I mean, with the rebound, they have the damage with the Unleash. Zephyr and Thompson with the sidekick, the additional 65 damage each, and Slark just explodes. This is your top net worth hero. 1440 HP and 10 armor. Slark just disappeared. They want to make a rotation though. Q's here, still no Blink Dagger. Actually, they're going back in. Thompson under the form of the Puck, going through on Makoto, trying to get up as much damage through, but in the middle, Zephyr still alive. Didn't care for that Stake Storm at all. And it's T1 who end up running away with the extra support coming in from Cuckoo. They realize they can't fight against this. Stake Storm down, Echo available, but they probably want to save it for the Blink Dagger. It is 150 second cooldown level 1, so save that one for the time being. Blink will be coming out probably in the next minute, and should be able to get maybe a pick with that Echo Slam. Bottom lane, Makoto, no coils, so it's going to be hard. Raw is ready. Helm of the Overlord on its way. What ancient creep do we see here? We have the Thunderhide, so a little bit more attack speed. Ancient Thunderhide, come here. KP will say, you're now at my command. Thompson has the SMY working the Aghanim Scepter. Wants to be stealing up those stats. Mid lane, they're going in on Thompson with the silence. But Thompson's just farming creeps. He really doesn't care. And Marcy is caught. I was thinking about heading top, but that is the Echo used. No Blink Dagger yet, but it's coming out. So the play on Thompson mid there, just to try and draw a little bit of attention. Marcy though dies under the tier 2. I mean, it's a long way for the side of Talon to rotate all the way up there. It's almost not worth it at that point to just kill the support all the way up on the top side of the map. Hyde has shifted it up. Was going for the 4-star. In fact, is the 4-star finished? That's coming out for the Slark. I think he's shifted it. Had the Staff of Wizardry for the 4-star with the fluffy hat, but has just changed over to the Aghanim Scepter, realizing how important that is going to be this game. Now, if we look over at the side of T1, BKB coming up on Cuckoo. There will be a BKB as well on Ana. In fact, is that the Aghanim Scepter? Did go for that instead of the Blink Dagger. So BKB double timing, and Morphling, no BKB, but certainly getting the mute will impact the Morphling at some point in the game. Maybe not right now, but later on there might be a Satanic, could be a BKB. Warman Smoke coming out. They have the Blink on Q. No Echo though. Raw available. Will is up. Haste Rune on Makoto. And they're looking to find Ana. I think they will. Blink in from Makoto. Follow-up stun from Q. He's very tanky. Actually hooks the Earthshaker back in. Raw up, and Thompson turns into the Earthshaker himself. There's a Quill with a Stake Storm on the 2 cores of T1, but they're not going down, really, not yet. Ana will eventually fall. Zephyr, we're going to try and catch. Will kill the Ancient Thunderhide. It's a 1-for-1. Big commitment from Talon. If they can make their way out without losing any collateral, probably pretty worth to them to kill Ana. Zephyr so close to finding that puck. The fast fingers of Makoto with that 4 levels in phase shift. Ample opportunity to escape and get out of that situation. Is that a Philly? That's a Philly Stone as well on Disruptor. So Hyde just ambling rather quickly now towards that Aghanim Scepter. Into the Roche Pit they go. Thompson with the sidekick and the Unleash pop. They want to do it quickly. Vision coming out from Makoto. He has a blink, no quill for 20. Trying to kill off the creeps. The Alpha Wolf will go down. Echo Slam is available, level 1 with the Blink Dagger. And they decide, T1, they need to find a fight first. Take a pick before they take the Roche. Hyde is maybe going to run into this smoke. They run up the high ground though, try and catch Q. They miss that target, instead trying to get onto the Disruptor. But he's still living. Finger is actually used on the Slark and he's dead. So Slark not even able to get off the Shadow Dance. The tips come out over onto 23 Savage with that finger, and nice little stack there. Actually, 4-man coil through, they find the Lion. But now that's coil used, the rest of T1 feel very confident sending in the Granite Golem. Maybe try and get a little bit of vision around this fight. On the top side, Makoto is just waiting to maybe get a chance to go in with the orb. Cuckoo, body blocking outside the river. Makoto, he goes in, blink, stun, Hobson grabs the Aegis, and Puck does make it out. Q throws out the Echo after the hook back in, but it really just isn't getting enough done. Makoto looks like he will live with the assistance of the Glimpse. It was always going to be an optimistic try and jump in there. Makoto did pretty well living. You know, it's pretty hard to do that sometimes, going in to try and get that Aegis steal. Didn't get the kill on the Roche, didn't get the Aegis. Thompson was too fast on both. And Talon will lose that Earthshaker, but more importantly, the Echo Slam down for another 120 seconds. Thompson, the mid Morphling, he's still farming. Is this the Aghanim Scepter? It's the Aghanim Scepter ready with an Aegis. What's he going to even build into next? He's going to be so strong. He's just going in, straight on top of Hyde. That's going to be the Aegis expended. Puck did die elsewhere on the map by Ana, but has Thompson gone a little too deep here? Raw coming out as well. He's trying to shift, but he's dead. He sees a juicy Disruptor, goes straight on in and loses his life twice. Puck did die in that top lane while Thompson was YOLOing against the rest of the team of Talon. But overall, not too bad. You know, pretty even trade both ways. Obviously, losing the Aegis is certainly not good for T1. I just don't think it's going to slow them down all that much with their plan for this game. It's almost like a denied Roche at this point. You know, if Talon had got the Roche on, say, the Slark, he could have gone around and farmed very carefree, and wouldn't really had an issue. Could have got themselves back in the game on the economy side. Shard has the money on Q, so we'll be getting that additional stun lockdown and fissure walking. Whitemon blink as well, working towards the glimmer. Zephyr has the fresh 9-second BKB. And they smoke up as 4. Thompson is baiting down this bottom side. Pretty high strength. You can see he's almost 50-50 at the moment. Now leading the way, has the blink dagger. Plus the Aghanims, blinks in, will get on top of KP, the Raw comes out, there's a stun, BKB from Savage, but there's a Static Storm in on 2, Zephyr pops the BKB, and the Unleashed, he's just onto the backline of Talon. They can't deal with this Marcy. The support Marcy, Zephyr, with the BKB, just came through and leaned out KP. Leaned out KP on the Beastmaster, and Hyde on this Disruptor. You know, when the rest of their team is trying to focus down the target inside the Static Storm, and the Marcy just doesn't care at all, pops that BKB in and goes to work. It's certainly not a good sign for Talon. The item that could change it, though, is getting closer and closer. About 1400 gold away, 23 Savage. Ana doesn't care that much. He's actually just going to try and hit the hook. It does get dodged by 23 Savage. Earthshaker is stunned. Q drops the Echo on 2, but it will just immediately die. Makoto trying to follow up with the Quill and the Orbs. Ana did get leash broken with the Glimpse, and looks like he will die. But the Echo Slam did work out for them in the end. With 2 heroes going down. A little too deep there for T1, but you get the feeling that this is going to be almost the mantra of this team. Going in deep whenever they get the opportunity. Blink, finger, and Thompson will get the kill. Trades his life. Raw comes out. There's the Black Dragon there. Turning into the Slark, getting the leash off. He's going to have to try and strength more. He has no meta left. He's been diffuseled out. And KP does live. This diffusal is starting to really do a lot of work. Burning that mana. And Morphling without mana is pretty sad. It is one of the more old school combos. Used to pick the Slark, get the Diffusal Blade, plus the Essence Shift against the Morphling. That was back when Attribute Shift worked a little bit differently. They've got the Eat over on 23 Savage, popping the Shadow Dance, and the BKB is able to get out of there. Tell you what, without that BKB, he just would have been stuck under the effect of the Rot, slowing him down so much. 19 kills all, less than a 1k lead to T1. If we have a look at the net worth chart, we can see it's leveling back out. T1 have lost that early lead. Whitemon, just checking to see if there's any vision on this top side with the Sentry. Has a couple of wards on him as well. Top one on this top side. Seeing any vision coming through.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Bottom
attack.
lane is being pushed in, of course, with the Ancient Black Dragon. The Drake. KP on the side, giving the attack speed aura and the buffs from the Helm of the Overlord. That tower does not last very long. Has he got the shard? He does. So shard on the birds. So with the dive bomb, the root is available as well. Very impactful. If you can sort of set them up preemptively around different areas of the map, you can get a dive bomb as a bit of a surprise initiation. Doesn't stun anymore, so you can't just lock someone out of using the BKB. But it certainly does hold them in place with the root. BKB on Viper with the Hurricane Pike. They're TPing back into mid. Zephyr actually going straight into the Basher, no mucking around at all. And BKB not too far away on Ana. Mikoto has an Aeon Disc completed, so no bursting him in these fights with that Lion Blink combo. Very good item to pick up at this stage because it's sort of making a bit of a comeback and you don't want to throw the advantage that you have just reacquired by simply being caught by Blink Hex. Aeon Disc, one of the best items on a puck compared to other areas because he has so much mobility, so much self-survivability that he just gets that hard to spell, and the damage prevention for those 2.5 seconds. 2.5? Yeah, 2.5 seconds. You know, pop a phase shift, get an orb out, pop a phase shift, and away you go. Perfectly safe. Keep moving around in the fight. Whitemon going back for the 4-star after the blink. 23 Savage has a Lincoln's now on top. He's actually almost caught up with the farm initiation on the back lines. We'll ping out the vision there. Saying, they sort of knew that was coming on T1.
Illusion.
And how do these drafts scale moving into the late game? I actually think Talon's draft with the Slark, if this Slark can get to that sort of critical mass, it's going to be hard to manage against a Morphling and a Pudge because he's just going to steal the stats. Ana's been scattered out. Glimpse comes back. He's leashed up underneath. There's the damage. He's trying to force stuff away with the assistance of Cuckoo. Doesn't yet have the BKB and will just die. 23 Savage gets another stack. Rebound in, does miss. Stun, catching out on the high ground west. And Cuckoo's popped the BKB. They're going in. KP, BKB as well. And the Raw over onto Marcy, and Slark's on top. Has to be careful. Zephyr trying to get some damage, some heal back on the creeps. Will end up killing the Drake, but won't be enough to get over onto Savage. And now the glimpse back onto Cuckoo. 23 Savage is just manning up on the side of Cuckoo, but Cuckoo turns around. Got to get away from this fissure. Constant stuns. And the Pudge of Ana has fallen behind. And as we move later and later into this game, Hyde has the Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor, so no more BKBs inside the Static Storm. No more items of any description inside that Static Storm. And Slark He's getting there. Working towards the Aghanim Scepter himself. Maybe even a Skadi at some point as well. And a Basher. And the Slark is very much online. And the Morphling and the Pudge just cannot stand against a fully online Slark. Not with at least a little bit of assistance from his team. Into the Roche pit they go. Shard is available with this Roche. Blue the shards that could be grabbed up. Hux is available. Q's already grabbed his. 23 Savage. The Depth Shroud might be the go-to. Roche, it's falling low. The smoke comes out from T1. They're going to have to be quick. Counter smoke from Talon. Roshan, it does go down, but into the fight anyway they go. Thompson has the Aghanim Scepter and will get onto the Beastmaster. Slarky's in trouble. He's under the effective break. We'll have to pop the BKB. Ana misses the hook. Quill used it in the middle of the fight, and there's the Static Storm, but there's already Strength Morph. So Thompson with the Ags just morph into that Earthshaker, and welcome to the Slam. We're going to be jumping around with those enchant totems.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So excellent fight for T1 after losing the Roche over to Slark. Now where'd that shard end up? Did they yoink it? Didn't think they were fast enough, but actually he already had his shard. He already had his. Disruptor doesn't have the shard. Puck doesn't have the shard. Slark doesn't have the shard. So they must have got it. Where's the shard?
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Maybe it was on a courier? Someone pop it on a courier?
My waters rise.
Did it get denied?
Is under attack.
It may have just got denied in the middle of that fight accidentally and not just picked up. Glimpse back over on a Cuckoo. Will force staff away. 23 Savage. He's on top of him, but the BKB is used and the Fissure actually interrupts the movement coming through. Ana is straight in the middle of the fight. Has the BKB ready, eating over on the KP, trying to get this Beastmaster out of the fight. There is still a Royal Variable, but waveforming straight into the Static Storm. It's the Ags version. There's no way for him to get out, but he does get the Strength Morph off and he will survive through. Quill on the backline, catching onto 3. Ana blinking forward on Makoto. They need to get this damage. Don't let him get away. The finger comes through and the puck goes down. And, you know, in regard to our previous thoughts about the shard, we're just going to have to lose our mind and assume that it got denied. A shard of our brain is gone with it. Not just sitting in the Roche pit, is it? No. I think it got denied. Mid lane, BKB popped on Zephyr.
Middle tower is under attack.
The DD on 23 Savage is still looking to make a little bit of value on this rune, but T1 not going to give it over. And you can see the strength now of Ana with the BKB. No fear now heading in. Has the Cloak of Claims as well. A Cloak of Claims? Cloak of Flames. And working towards the strength blink and the Shiva's Guard. So with that additional armor, and he's just in. Throws out the hook, doesn't connect. 23 Savage, he's on top. He's getting the essence shifts. He's got 24, 25, 26. He just keeps hitting. 23 Savage. Is anyone going to stop him? Zephyr on the back line. We'll get the damage through onto High, but the damage is already done with the Static Storm down. Slark will have to disengage and try and heal. Up on the top side. Down the bottom, Ana does die. Thompson in the form of the Slark. He's on the run. He's actually chasing around. He's got the essence shift stacks now. And Slark has to run away. Lying in the middle of the fight. Q still fighting up. Has an Echo Slam. I wonder if his team's coming back in. He will die reasonably quickly, Makoto, with the coil. Over onto 2. Cuckoo. Now the Thompson on the ground. 23 Savage is back. He's fully healed. He wants to keep fighting. He's got the stacks. He's got 32 of them. Cuckoo. Can he find him? The TP out will be there. So, it turns out that Thompson's solution in this game now, seeing that he is somewhat countered by this Slark, you just become the Slark. Just be Slark. That's the solution in this game. Just be Slark, and that way you can win. However, You saw 23 Savage get on top of Ana there, and my goodness, that was savage. That was brutal. There's a shard on Slark now, but I think he's just boarded himself. Really, Thompson going in, trying to get the morph, but not quite in time. 23 Savage popping the dance, the shadow dance, gets the tower, and away he goes. Lincoln Sphere being queued up for Thompson. Whitemon working towards the Aeon Disc and the Glimmer Cape. Cuckoo. Looks like it's the AC. Yeah, the AC. Recipe is already bought, so only the 350 gold away for that Hyperstone. On the side of Talon, Q actually has a Shadow Blade. They're looking to get a little more sneaky. Hang on, he just pinged. Aghanim Shard is dropped. Where'd he ping it? Where'd he ping it? He pinged it. Where's it dropped? Oh, it was in the base? Puck has a shard. I think it was in the base. Okay. Talon got the shard. I think we have answers. But they're smoked up now. 5-man. The phase shift attacks. Online. 23 Savage. He's hunting, but the TPs have already left. The team is already evacuated on the bottom lane from T1, and 2K net worth lead over to Talon. This game, it's going to be even. Both teams are ready to slog it out. Both teams have got their core items online. In fact, all the cores have a reasonable amount of farm. No one's really been completely shut out of this game. Even the Beastmaster and the Viper, who are starting to fall behind on the GPM at the moment, on the net worth. They've got their core items. They're not like they're incredibly poor. You know, we've got BKB, Helm of the Overlord. Now just working towards a 4-star. Wants to have a little more mobility in the fights. On the Viper, similar things. Got this AC. And it's queued up a Hex. And at some point, the game goes long enough, Cuckoo will get there. But for the time being, an AC plus BKB, Hurricane Pike, certainly enough stats. 23 Savage just leaping straight in on Thompson. And the Lincoln Sphere locks the adaptive strike.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So for Zephyr, has got the Basher. So he can start to do some serious control and damage even on the cores of Talon. Whitemon has the Blink. Blink 4-staff. Moving into a Glimmer, still working on that Aeon Disc. Hook goes out, fishing, misses. And maybe this game is going to be decided by the Roshan fights. Really sort of looks like how it's heading at the moment. 5-man smoke. T1, they want to take a bit of an objective. Roche could respawn in 35. It's not up yet. 23 Savage is just scouting out in the high room. Whitemon blinks in, but the BKB is immediately popped and the Lion is dead. And now in goes Slark. He wants more. With the BKB coil on 3. 4-staff to get away. Primal Beast roars over onto the Marcy. The BKB has been committed. He wants to try and get off the Unleash if possible. Arna's just standing firm in the middle of the fight and scattering to the winds with the buyback on Whitemon. Has the stun. Hook actually gets KP over. Aeon Disc procs. Is there an eat? Yes, there is. Cancelling the TP. BKB out from KP, and they will get the Beastmaster. Unleashed, not even used on Zephyr. That course did cost the buyback from Whitemon. Whitemon. It's an Orchid queued up on Zephyr. He's not mucking around. Q is just invisible, waiting for that Echo Slam. Can turn the fight around pretty drastically. Thompson, though, just laying in this mid tower. With the Beastmaster dead, they're taking their advantage. Roche is in 47 seconds. Beastmaster will be respawned. They're not quite fast enough for T1 to take it before the 3 of Talon does return. But I think they want to control this area. The 5k net worth lead on Talon, they know that they can't really give up this next Roche, or the pressure could just become a little bit too much towards their base. Harmless Relic found the side of T1. Neutral items for Talon. You have the Penta Edge. The Penta on the Slark. Smoke comes out. They want to make use of this item, this neutral item drop as soon as possible. Maybe before T1 get their own out. Q with the Blink, Echo, and Shadow Blade. Still available. AP, Blink Raw. Hide, Aghanim Scepter. Actually, Blink Aghanim Scepter on Hide as well. So, this Disruptor can be well in the back. Get off this Static Storm. It's only level 2 at the moment. He go for the 2-second duration he did. So, it's a long duration Static Storm. 8 seconds. And flanking around the back is actually T1 themselves. Throws out the hook. Doesn't catch. They might try and get the Drake, and they will. The Drake goes down plus 250. Long leap away from 23 Savage, but looks like T1 are still on the hunt, hiding underneath this vision. They want to fight here. Smoke up again. Mass smokes being committed from both sides. Talon moving forward. They see the punch. Jump through with 23 Savage. Jump in, jump out. Ana fishes. Finds the Earthshaker. It's a big catch. There'll be no Echo Slam available. If they can get this kill off, Q, he goes invisible. He does die. No buyback. 23 Savage. BKB trying to get onto Zephyr, but he was turning around with the bash. 23 Savage committing the Shadow Dance. Only way he can survive. Raw out on the back line. And this Slark, he's getting kited down. The damage is coming. He's leashed up. And the Slark is dead. Makoto on the run. The Force Staffs are coming forward. Thompson, look at him go. Waveform jump. He's still looking after it. The creeps are a little more attractive than this puck. And with now just still available, I think the likelihood of a kill is pretty low. And actually straight in, they catch him, but the hook from Ana. Thompson, he hooks him back out. Glyph is forced. They could try and force this buyback, but I guess the Roshan is ready. It's this Skullbasher on the Marcy. You just can never go in as a core on Marcy unless you fully burst them down. He managed to get off the Unleash with the BKB. You just can't fight into it. Zephyr's just too strong as this support. He's like it's like a 4.5. Hook will die. Doesn't get the vision out. There's no way Talon are contesting this. So we're going to have a Cheese, a Refresher Shard. Let's see who gets the spoils. Thompson gets the Aegis. Cheese on Ana and Refresher Shard. Thompson as well. It's still in the pit. It's still there. No one's picked it up. What sort of game is this? It's here. It's here in the pit. The Refresher Shard. Don't leave it for Talon to pick up. I mean, I've been losing my mind with the Rosh items this game. Refresher's in the pit. I don't think anyone knows that it's there. Like, Talon are going to assume that the T1 picked up all the goodies. T1 are going to assume that everyone picked up the goodies as well. But, oh man, that's pretty big for the side of Talon. If they picked a double Raw, double Coil, double Echo. You know, these are big spells. Double Static Storm with the Kinetic Field. That would probably be the worst of them. And it's still sitting here. The Refresher doesn't really do a lot for the side of T1. I mean, there's not really huge spells that they want to really double up. But certainly, for Talon, that could be a game changer. That could be a huge game changer. It's still sitting here in the pit. Just looking so juicy. Someone's going to have a laugh when they find it. I mean, T1 are going to have a laugh when they find it. They're not going to have a laugh if they die to a Refresher ulti that they were like, where did that come from? Puck showing on the bottom lane. We'll get Thompson's crew. A couple of TPs. Does he have a TP? He doesn't. No TP on Thompson. They scan out Puck, actually. No, he's around. Silence. He might actually go for the kill over onto Lion, and Force Staff away. We'll just get that last click with the phase shift attacks. So Makoto, they knew where he was. And he gets another Kuri's crew with the Reaver. Oh, he's just walking all around him. Okay, he's still alive. Actually, they want to look for the fight now. With the Lion dead for 76 seconds, Cuckoo is forced to BKB. Quill comes out, and 23 Savage doesn't really care about the BKB. He's just hitting away. The break effect is on, so he's not getting the stacks, but he'll still get the kill. I mean, Makoto just showing up T1. Killing 2 couriers, getting a support kill, and just baiting them into a bad situation. All the while, the rest of Talon just moved over and cleaned up Cuckoo. I mean, yeah, it's not Thompson or Arna they've taken down, although hook out does save Thompson. They're onto the high ground. Depth Shroud active. Makoto, Strength Blink, comes in. And that would be the completed Strength Blink for Arna, the overwhelming blink. So that won't be out for a couple of minutes. Thompson has 30k net worth. Actually has 10k in the bank with the courier dead. 10k in the bank on Thompson, so he's only running 20k net worth right now. I was gonna say, he looks like he's an item short. Looks like he's an item short, and in fact he is. I mean, with the Aegis, I guess he doesn't really have space at the moment to put anything else in. He has this Dragon Lance. I wonder if he wants to improve that just into the Hurricane Pike. But this network is deceptive at the moment because Thompson's only running 20k net worth on his hero at the moment. I mean, he's got buyback, buys the shard. Yeah, I mean, buy something. Get some slot efficiency, Thompson. You got 9.5k gold, please. Huck's actually floating 6k gold as well, man. So much gold. Current gold, yeah, I feel like 3.3k on Cuckoo. A lot of gold being floated. Almost 10k gold. Fight breaking out. They've got the Roar. Follow up onto Marcy. Will die. 80 seconds. No buyback. BKB's being commoded. Cuckoo, he can't fight up against 23 Savage. The bashes are there. Arna's trying to come out and help, but he's being glimpsed away. The Viper's dead. Thompson on the Morphling in the form of the Earthshaker. He's jumping around. Static Storm comes out and Arna does die. Thompson, he's trying to have to do it all alone. Just will save himself and get back to the high ground. Silence comes through with the overwhelming blink. Whiteman trying to get the follow-up. Stun doesn't connect. Phase shift away. Makoto, he's in the groove right now on the puck with the Arcane Rune. Octarine Core, he's got everything he needs. And onto the high ground they go. 23 Savage. 30 Essence Shifts plus 12 permanent. Ice Guardy online, Penta-edged. He's pretty much got everything he needs, and that's the Aegis gone. So fully used. I say again, there is 9.9k gold on Morphling. That is yet being committed. Buyback from Cuckoo. They're going in. They want to try and force them back. But Makoto, he's the one that's deep in the base. Trying to get this pick off on Whiteman again. Whiteman has a 4-staff to try and survive. Puck initiation. Thompson looking for a catch. He's got to be careful though. There comes Silence following through with the bash from 23 Savage. BKB from Thompson now. He turns into the Slark, but he's just trying to live through the coil. Will break it with the BKB on. Slowly getting away. So coil down. Trying to expend some resources. Whiteman once again looking for the catch, but Makoto just too quick with the phase shift. And this is an enchanted quiver phase shift attack as well, so very, very good. Have we seen? It's still there. It's still in the pit. The refresher shard, whoever checks it first. It's going to be the side of Talon. They have map control. Roach could respawn in a minute 49. They're going to find a little early Christmas present just waiting there for them. Got to keep eyes on this pit to see where that goes to. And can you imagine Hyde just walks down there? Echo is still available. Roars up. Ultis are ready to go. It's just the Quill not ready at the moment. Thompson, has he bought? Has he bought items? He has bought out. He's got the Swift Blink. He still has 5.2k gold floating. He just sold? He sold the Dragon Lance. Sold the Dragon Lance, I guess. I mean, he just doesn't have the items for it. Fair enough. Ana, getting pretty close to being maxed out as well. He's got the cheese in for the Vanguard at this point. He's actually going to grab a pipe, a late game pipe on this Pudge. So they're looking for a catch. Talon, they're trying to find. They will try and get the stun, but Ana's a little too quick with that overwhelming blink. Moving back up to the high ground. So pinch it in. We haven't seen T1 in this situation in the qualifiers so far. Every game, they've been very dominant. So how can they perform from behind? 5-man smoke. They will run into Thompson. They see him on the front line. Blink is there. Stake Storm on top. He's hooked out. He's saved. BKB does come through. There's the refresher orb, actually. And double raw. They're still trying to get the stats. Follow up. Echo Slam Morphin goes down. He buys back in. Arna's in the middle of the fight. Trying to get the creep kill on the Granite Golem. Slowing it down. He is level 26. Still sitting here in the pit. I thought for a second maybe Beastmaster had found that refresher orb, but he's built his own. He's built his own refresher orb. The expendable one is sitting in with Roche, the Roche pit, ready to be claimed up. Roche could respawn in a minute 19. It could be there right now. No team has actually checked Roche. It could be possibly available right now. Titan Sliver on Thompson needs to be a little bit more survival, but great fight there from Talon. They get the kill on Thompson, and they get out with the buyback being committed. And now Thompson, he's killable. And oh, did they find it? There it is. There it is. Refresher shard dropped here. He pings it out. There it is. Gives it over to Thompson. Says, try and fit this in the inventory. So T1 do eventually claim what was rightfully theirs. Although I think maybe you just give it to Zephyr. Double Unleash, BKB, double Abyssal. I think that's actually the better call. I mean, in they go onto Ana with the bash. Shadow Dance committed. They're trying to get this Pudge down early. Abyssal as well with the Static Storm on top. And the Roar, they eventually be buys back straight into the fight. And they're going to look to turn this around. Quill on the backline. Cuckoo trying to deal the damage on the board. Zephyr pops the Unleash. Actually, Hex on the backline with the stun. But there's the Aeon Disc popped. Makoto playing around with them in the middle of the fight. Meanwhile, further over in the river, Ana, he bought back for this. He does have a cheese. He's holding it at the moment. He needs to pop it. He does. Gets the Vanguard in. He needs some assistance from Thompson. BKB from Savage is wearing out. But there's the Echo Capture too. Ana's dead for 125. Thompson in the middle of the fight, trying to do everything he can. Morphed into the Slark form. It is wearing out. KP back in. Doesn't have a Roar for 20 seconds. Makoto finds Whiteman. Fly back onto Marcy. Q is completely out of mana. And into the Roche pit they go. 23 Savage wastes no time going in, and everything is now there. We got refreshers, Aghanim Scepters, Cheese, Aegis. All the items are there. And wouldn't you know it, there's an Arcane Orb outside the pit. Makoto, he's just spawned these in on demand. Has the Remnant's Brooch as well. Tied with the gem, controlling up the map, but I mean, who's this Ags gonna actually go to here? Maybe the Puck? Waning Rift? Maybe the Beastmaster to get the drums? We'll go to Makoto. So Waning Rift now has 550 radius and knocks back enemies 400 distance over 0.5 seconds. Reveals enemy units and wards in the area for 5 seconds. So it does reveal invisible. I think maybe it would have been better off giving it to... Yeah, maybe this Earthshaker would have really appreciated the Aghanim Scepter. I don't think that's very impactful at all. I think the Earthshaker Ags would have been much better. 23 Savage just pops the Shadow Dance on the high ground. No fear at all. He has Aegis. Well, no fear of not having the ultimate, rather. But Puck, linking in, tries to get the damage out. 36 more seconds without Ana. Break is on the deck. Will be good against Slark. Root comes out onto Cuckoo, force-staffed away. They're just playing with T1 at the moment. Q has Echo in 7. Glyph is forced. Ultimates are coming back online. You've got double Roar. And in they come. They catch Cuckoo with the Roar and the Abyssal. Force-staffed away. 23 Savage, he goes in, does get stunned up under the effect. KP in with the BKB as well, but Thompson zoning him back with the damage. Aeon Disc, Prox, and Zephyr tosses him back with the Spose. Cheese is used on KP, so he's still alive in the middle of this fight. They're trying to bring him down, but the Beastmaster's walking away. Ana's now in the middle of the fight. Will eventually get KP. He dies for 100 seconds. Ana throws the hook. Does miss. Q. Waiting. Makoto on the backline does find Whiteman. Buys back into the fight. Static Storm down on the 2 cores. Echo Slam as well. Thompson and And Ana, they are dying to this Perk3 Savage Slark. They need some assistance. The lockdown's going to almost be there. Thompson, he makes it up the high ground, but he's dead for 125. No buyback. Ana, he misses the next hook as well. Pops the Shiva's Guard. Hex comes out onto this Slark. They get the Viper Strike. Cuckoo, he's out of mana. That's never good. The Aegis is expended. It's just the first life. Makoto, Quill on 2. He's godlike on this puck. Ana, he's getting sapped away with the Essence shifts. And GG is called from T1. Game 1 go over to Talon Esports in this upper bracket final.